Hello and welcome to the next unit in your training program, LinkedIn Leads. Okay, this particular video is all about the automation aspects to try and save you time when it comes to messages and getting new connections, etc. But first I need to tell you something, that any form of automation or bots, robot systems are banned by LinkedIn. Okay, you could put your account at risk if you use it the wrong way. So what I'm suggesting you do, whatever form of automation you use, take the most conservative approach. So in other words, you're not sending out 500 requests. That's going to be treated like spam, okay? There's a lot of automation options for you, okay? The one I'm suggesting you look at is called, as you can see it here, Dux Soup, duxsoup.com. This is a very simple way for you to search for new connections and to send messages to existing connections and etc. Right? There are more complicated versions and more sophisticated versions than this, but that could cost you $60, $70, or $80 a month. This one here, let's look at the pricing. Click pricing here. As you can see there, there's a free version. Okay, there's a professional version, which is the one I've got, that costs, if you pay it by the month, it's $15 a month. If you pay it annually, it's about $11.25. And then there's a third version called Turbo, which is $41.25 a month. You don't need that at this point. You don't need that. Now, in terms of what you get for your money, if it's a free one, it will automatically, you can send out to find prospects and new connections for yourself. It'll filter them for you, auto-engage and organize. You may not know what that means, but it's not important. The key issue is you can actually use that, or you could use the professional one, which actually doesn't have any limits on how many people you engage with, etc. All right, so that's Dux Soup. And Dux Soup actually is a Chrome extension, right? That's what it is. It's a Chrome extension, and you need to be using Chrome for it to make it work, obviously, right? So now let's go to my LinkedIn account, show you what this is all about. So we go to LinkedIn. All right, first of all, if you can see up there in the top right hand corner, okay, there's a little red duck with a number 71 on it, okay? That is the Dux Soup icon on my Chrome browser. That, in fact, if I just click over it, you can see Dux Soup Professional Edition has access to this site, all right? So in other words, when I do any searching on LinkedIn, it will say, I'm here for you. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to send a message to them, etc.? Okay, that's what it's all about. And before I go any further, you need to know this. With Dux Soup, if you're sending out messages to your existing connections, or you're doing a search to get up new connections, Dux Soup only works if you keep your LinkedIn page open. Then if you close your LinkedIn page, it stops its processes as well. So it's very simple. It's not that sophisticated, but it does it, all right? So if you need to leave it open in order to make it work. So let's watch. I'm going to put up here a search, okay? And what I want you to see is that Dux Soup will tell you that they're there for you. Watch this. I'm going to put in a search for small business, okay? It'll do that, small business. Okay, now I'm going to make it a bit clearer than that. I'm going to, just for people only. Oh, and as you can see there, look at that. Dux Soup at your service. See on the right hand side there? Now in this particular example, I'm just going to, you can send connection requests to second or third level things, but for this video I'm going to use this. I'm going to click and send a message to my existing first level connections, all right? And what I want to do is promote to them the chance to go and look at, see, once again, you can see it there, Dux Soup at your service, right? And I want to promote to them my authority article on LinkedIn, but I'm going to do it in a permission-based way. So let me show you this. Before I start sending anything out, come up here, I click on Dux Soup, the icon. Now, see the little gear thing? Click Options. This is how you set it up. All right. Now, two key things you can do is use this one here, which is to send connection requests to second and third degree connections, and always include a personalized message, right? Enter the connection message here and make sure you use this first name, okay? Enter the space FN first name bit, all right, to personalize the message. That's one way you can do it, and that works. But what I'm going to do in this particular video, okay, is send a personalized message to my first degree connections. And the idea of it's a permission-based message saying, I would love you to look at a new article I've got, which happens to be, bear with me, this. This is one of my authority building articles, okay? The 3 secrets to my blah, blah, blah. That's the page I'm inviting them to go and see. But I'm not giving them the page yet, I'm doing permission first. And if you look at the Messaging Essentials PDF, you'll see a copy of the messages I use, and here it is here. Hello, FN, first name, right? So it personalizes to everybody. I hope your business is going well. Curious, are you open to finding out how to increase your sales without selling anything? I didn't say, are you interested? I said, are you open? Are you interested is asking for a judgment. Are you open? People don't like to be closed. And there's a better chance of them saying, okay, let me see, okay? So use are you open to rather than are you interested in. I'm saying I'll send you a link to the article. All you got to do is say yes, and I can shoot it over to you, okay? If you're not interested, no worries at all. Now, also remember, in the Messaging Essentials, this is following a very popular and successful formula in messaging. 4-step formula. Make sure you check it out in messaging and then check that against what I'm sending out here, all right? So that's the actions you take. The other thing you can do is you can tag the profile. Now I've tagged all these as small business, all right? In other words, the people I'm going to search for are in the small business area. And of course I want to do this one. I'm going to exclude any blacklisted profiles, okay? I don't want them in there. So that's the actions under Dux Soup. This is the skipping. Pretty simple stuff. In skipping, you can skip if they're outside your network, or if you wanted to, you can click this one. Skip if not a premium subscriber. In other words, you are only wanting to contact with people who have a paid LinkedIn account. But to do that, make sure you've got a paid LinkedIn account as well, okay? So I'll just take that out there. And skip if the profile photo is blank. Now you can pick any of these you want, okay, to do that, and Dux Soup will do it for you. Here's the key bit as well. Now, as I mentioned earlier to you, you've got to be careful in terms of the amount that you're sending out. You don't want to be regarded as a spam thing, right? So you can see here visiting profiles, okay, in order to send them a message or in order to invite them to connect with you. I'm using under 100 an hour, but have a look at this. Okay, the slowest is under 50 an hour, and I'm taking the next slowest under 100 an hour. But you could go under 200 an hour, 300 an hour, 500 an hour, or whatever it is. I'm strongly recommending you take one of the slowest ones to keep it safe in terms of your LinkedIn account, okay? The others you can just leave there. I mean, let them do that for you, okay? Daily limits, you don't need to worry about that, but if you wanted to, you could click in here, click to confirm, and what I'm saying here, leave it to us, okay? In other words, they will do it for you, decide how many visits to take, because they know they've got to be very careful. And if I did want to click that, I'd put direct message up to 50 a day, no more than 50 a day, all right? So that's Dux Soup. You don't need to look at any of the other things. Let's keep this nice and simple. But now let's go to my LinkedIn account and I'll show you how it works. So that's my small business search, people, first level connections. So then all you need to do is you come up here to Dux Soup icon. You click on the Dux Soup icon, which we did before, and instead of using the options, what we're doing is we're going to click visit profiles, okay? So, And remember, they're going to visit the profiles that I've got there under my small business first level connections. They're going to visit those profiles and send that message I showed you. So you click visit profiles. Then you come down here and you click OK. And when you do that, as you can see, Dux Soup's working for you there. It's skipping your ones because they've already done these ones in particular, right? So then as you can see, it's now visiting that profile there, Victoria, and it'll do its own thing in its own way. You just got to make sure you keep your LinkedIn thing open. It's got the profile, right, already. And as you can see at the top, I've now got 72 at that point in time. And what it'll do then, it'll send a message. Just let's wait and see what happens. You haven't got to sit and look at it like this, but this is just purely for your information, right? Dux Soup sending the message, Dux Soup. Okay, tag small businesses saved, right? So it's saved in my small business tagging, so I know how to get them in the future. And then it should give us successful sending message, right? Succeeded. So there you go. The LinkedIn is going to pause itself again. Okay, so that's how Dux Soup works. So just coming back to the Dux Soup where you can join, okay, and just for your information, that I had sent, as you can see at the top, there's 72 messages, right? Because it's just relatively new approach I'm using for this. I'm testing it to make sure it works for you. And of the 72 messages sent out, already I've got 4 people who have said, yes, I'd like to look at the article. Okay, 4 out of 72. So that's not too bad, right? You shouldn't, I mean, the idea is we're filtering people out. The ones who are going to check the message out are those who are potentially interested in what you have to offer. And then as they go through that message, you will filter them even more. So at the end of the message, when they request some time with you for a strategy, discovery session, whatever you want to call it, they will be red hot prospects for you. All right. And the idea of using something like Dux Soup is to save you time in terms of sending things out to them. So there you go. I hope you found that helpful. Talk to you soon. Okay, bye for now.